All right. So, income. How much money you make? I don't know. Not enough to teach you. Uh, so, uh, two types of income. There's gross income and net income. Do you know the difference between gross and net? The definition's right there, but gross income is how much you get paid. If you say you make $100,000 a year, that's your gross. Your net is how much you get on your paycheck after they take off all the deductions. So you all work. Most of you work. So you'll see a on your pay stub, it'll have a certain amount, and then there's a whole bunch of deductions, and then like there's your net pay at the bottom. Have you seen that on your pay stub?
Yes.
Okay. As you get older, they take off more and more stuff. All right. It's a scam. Depends. Depends. They take off lots of different stuff. If you have benefits like health, dental, all that kind of stuff comes off. If you contribute to like RSPs or pension plans, all Canadian pension plan, like all this stuff comes off. All right. So your salary, how much you make per hour, right? Usually monthly, or it's not always per hour. It's how much you get paid on a monthly basis or on an hourly basis or on a weekly basis, whatever. Hourly pay, how much you make per hour. Commission, what's commission? Have you not heard of these terms? So if you sell things, you get paid on commission. You get a percentage of how much you sell. That's commission. Okay? And then gratuities are basically tips. All right? All right. So Miss Cardinal is an elementary teacher who earns an annual salary of $62,400. What is her gross monthly income, i.e., how much does she make per month? See, they divide by 12 in the book, but how long does an elementary teacher work? Does she work 12 months?
10 months.
You work 10 months, right? So I would say your monthly income is that. But in the book, they divide by 12. But it doesn't really matter. If you divide by 10, you're going to get 6240. Is that it?
Yes.
If you divide by 12, you're going to get 5200. I would argue she pays this much per month. Yeah, but you get paid. Those are paid holidays. Christmas, whatever. So if you do it over a 10-month period, she's making $62.40 per month. If you do it over a 12-month period, if you amortize it over 12 months, it's $5,200 a month. All right. Next, is this the next page or on the same page for you? Same page? All right. Mr. Alpine, that's a creative name, is an electronic salesperson who is paid graduated commission. He is paid 5% on the first 4,000, 6% the next 6,000, 10% on anything else. Last month he sold $13,520. How much did he make? So, on the first 4,000, he makes 5%, right? And he sold over $4,000. So, we basically just multiply 5% times $4,000. But you can't do 5 times 4,000. 0.05. 5% as a decimal is 0.05. So that works out to $200. So the next $6,000, he gets 6%. Did he make over $10,000? Yeah, because he made, what did he make? He sold 13,000, sorry, is what I meant to say. So the next 6,000, he makes 6%. So we do 6% of 6,000, which is 6 times 6,000, 0.06, because we want percentage. So that's $360. that make sense? Okay. What is the total we're at right now for how much stuff he sold? No, not how much he made, how much he sold. 4 and 6, right? That's $10,000 worth of material. He actually sold 13,500. So how much is left? 3,520, right? Does that make sense? So, and he makes 10% on everything over $10,000 essentially. So it's 0.1, which is 10%, times the remaining money, which is, I'll even write it out in here, 10,000 minus, or sorry, 1352 minus 10,000. So that gives us $352. So how much did he make? Add all those together. 912. We okay? Going once, going twice. Next page. All right, Betty Lou works full-time at a local convenience store. She's paid $18 per hour. What's minimum wage? 16? 15, 16. All right. So she's over minimum wage. $18 per hour for a 40-hour work week. Overtime is paid at a rate of time and a half. Do you know what time and a half means? Yeah, so you get 1.5 times whatever your hourly rate is. Okay? So 1.5. Last week, she worked the hour shown on the table. On a day when she works both in the morning and in the afternoon, she receives a 1-hour unpaid lunch break. Calculate her gross income for the week. Okay, so let's work this out. Monday, she works 9 to 5:30. How many hours is that? From 9 a.m. to 5:30. 8.5 hours. But, so this is 8.5 hours. But what does she get when she works in the morning and in the afternoon? She gets a 1-hour unpaid lunch break. So how many hours did she actually work? 7.5? Yes. So she works 7.5 hours. Tuesday, it's the same, 7.5 hours. Wednesday, she does the night shift, 6 to 10. Does she get an unpaid break? Nope. So she only works 4 hours. Then we worked at 9:30 to 6:30. So it's 8 and it's 8.5, right? Oh, 9:30. Oh, it's 8. Sorry. I didn't see the 9:30 part. Sorry. So 8 hours. Friday she does 8 to 9, 7.5 hours, and then Saturday 7.5. She works 6 days a week. That doesn't sound like fun. All right, how many hours total? How many? How many hours? I got 42.
Yeah, I got 42 as well.
Okay, 42 hours. What's a regular work week at this job? 40 hours, right? So she worked 2 hours overtime. Okay, so 40 hours at regular pay. So that's 18, what is it, $18 an hour? $18 times 40 is 720. Oh yeah. That's Miss Pushka, everybody on YouTube. We're recording right now. Yeah, I think so. And she works and they work 2 hours at time and a half. So 2 hours at, I'll say overtime, at overtime pay. Okay. So you get time and a half per hour. So how much are they making an hour when they're doing overtime? So that's going to be 1.5 times your $18, which is $27 per hour. This is your overtime pay. Some jobs pay double. They might, yeah. It depends what's in your contract. And if you work like Christmas Day and stuff like that, you can get double time or whatever time, double time and a half. And they work 2 hours at this rate. So it's 2 times 27, which is 54. So how much did they make this week? What? 720 plus 54 is 774 for the week. All right. Any questions about that? Does that make sense? Everybody's just like, I don't want to learn this. Okay. Last question for lesson number 1. Yep. Told you they're short. Ms. Beatrice works once a week as a server at Sloppy Burgers. What are these names? Sloppy Burgers restaurant. Her income consists of an hourly salary of $15.50 per hour plus tips. She noticed that her tips usually average about 12% of the total food revenue of her assigned wing of the restaurant. If she works from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. on a night when her wing of the restaurant has earned $650 in food revenue, calculate her gross income for the night. That's a lot of information being thrown at you. Okay. Let's do her hourly rate, or how much she gets per hour. So, how many hours did she work? 4? Yes, 4. Hours worked is 4. 4 hours. At $15.50 per hour. So times, that gives me $62. So they get $62 just for showing up and working 4 hours if they sold no food. Okay? But they did sell food. They sold $650 worth of food. And because Miss Beatrice has a decent understanding of math, she did some calculations and figured out that she usually gets 12% of how much food she sells in tips. So if she sells $650, how much money did she get in tips? So we'll call it tips. 12%. What's 12% as a decimal? 0.12 times 650 is $78. So she made more in tips than she did in her wage. It was slamming at Sloppy Burgers that night. Add those together and you get $140 for the night. You know what? We're going to finish this unit today. Because I'm not going to give you an hour to do these questions. All right. Here's your questions. 1, 2, 4A, 5D and E, and then 6, please. I'll put it back up in a sec.